Hello students, how are you? Everybody are okay? I think so. Okay, so welcome to class 11 physics class. Today we discuss kinematic equation for uniformly accelerated motion. That means the equation of motion. In last class we derived with the help of calculus method the 4 equation of motion, not 3, because in the previous video you studied the 4th equation of motion. So here also we have 4 equation of motion, but here we did not use that calculus method, differentiation and integration. Normally not the graphical method also. Okay, normally how we can prove. First, when you understand about the definition of velocity, acceleration, when you learned about that equation of motion, then how normally we can, using the kinematics, how you prove that 4 equation of motion. Okay, because this kinds of equations sometimes we use to solve the numericals. That's why it is very important to understand how to derive that equation or how we prove that equation. So let's start with the first equation of motion. Here you see that I also write the 4 equation. V equals to V0 plus AT. You know that the formula is V equals to U plus AT. In place of U, that is the initial velocity, here we consider V0. Nothing else. The U replaced by here V0. Okay. Second equation is there's a 2 equation. One is in terms of position, another one in terms of distance. So first one, this one, x equals to x0 plus v0t plus half at square. This gives us the position time relation, or we can write s equals to v0t plus half at square. You know this one only, no? That one you did not know, because this is in terms of position. X represents the position and s is the distance. We say that the second equation of motion, s equals to ut plus half at square, because here we write in place of u v0. That's why s equals to v0t plus half at square. Clear? So second equation of motion we can write like this way. That means in this place we can write s. Okay. So the final position, x is the final position of an object, that is equals to initial position plus the distance covered by that object. Third equation, v square equals to u square plus 2s. In place of u square we write v0 square, and in place of x, s, we can write x minus x naught, because this is equals to s. Okay, so s equals to x minus x0. X minus x0, that is the distance traveled by an object in t second. If we consider the time is t second, that is we consider as a s. So in place of s we can write s x minus x naught. And fourth equation, that is we calculate the in nth second how much distance will covered by an object, that is u. In place of u we write here the v0 plus a by 2 2n minus 1. These are the 4 equations. We prove it now. Okay, let's start with the first equation of motion. You see the diagram. One diagram is there where it is denoted that x0 x. Okay, so we considered an object is moving in a straight line or moving along a positive x direction with a constant acceleration. That means uniform accelerated motion. And x0 represents the position of an object when t equals to 0 second. When t equals to 0 second. And x represent its position of an object after t second. That means t equals to t second. So when an object is at t equals to 0 second, x0 is the position of an object, velocity also will be v0, and after some time t, its velocity is v. That means at t second the velocity of an object is v. So our object moving along a positive x-axis with a constant acceleration. Okay, where x0 represents the position of an object at time t equals to 0, and at that time velocity also v0. After some time t, at t equals to t second, the position of an object is x, and that in that position the velocity is v. Clear? Now we use the definition of acceleration. So from definition of acceleration we know that change in velocity by time taken. We know this one, rate of change of velocity with time, that is called acceleration. Change of velocity means final velocity minus initial velocity, v minus v0 divided by t minus 0. After calculation or simplification, v minus 0 equals to 80 or v equals to v0 plus 80. It is a very simple. First equation of motion is very simple to prove. Clear? So this equation, this one is the first equation of motion, and this is the velocity time relation, because here velocity, acceleration is constant, so velocity time relation. This equation gives us the velocity time relation. Clear? Okay. Now second number. Second number is two equations are there. Okay, we prove both. One is a position time, another one is a distance time. Both meaning are same. Just the expression, the equation are different. So we know that from the definition of average velocity, we can define average velocity in two ways. One is average velocity, we can write final velocity plus initial velocity divided by 2. This is in terms of velocity. If you have the position, then displacement by time, final displacement minus initial displacement divided by final time minus initial time. And that two definition we used here to find out or to prove the second equation of motion. So here we consider the average velocity in the time interval 0 to t, that is equals to displacement by time, and displacement means final position minus initial position by final time minus initial time. So x minus x0, final position is x, initial position is x naught, difference x minus x naught by t minus 0. So from here we get one equation, x minus x0 equals to v average into t. Now from another one equation is in terms of velocity, because we find out this value, this expression of v average in terms of velocity. You see that here one velocity term is there, v0. That's why we need the definition of average velocity in terms of velocity, that is v0 plus v by 2. So in place of v average, if we put this one v0 plus v by 2 into t, after calculation we have x equals to x0 plus v0 t plus half at square, and here in place of v we put the first equation of motion v0 plus at. So after putting v equals to v0 plus at, here all this velocity in terms of v0, and in this equation only v0 is there, no v term is there. That's why we put in place of v the first equation of motion, that is v equals to v0 plus 8. After putting this one, if we solve or simplify this one, after calculation we get equation number 3. Clear? Now from equation 2, this x minus x0, what is it represent? It represents the displacement of a body or the distance of a body move in a t second. How much it will displace from here to here, how much it will displace or how much distance it will cover from x0 to x. If we consider this one is a s, so we can write s equals to x minus x0. That was in place of x minus x0. If we put s, that we consider here distance travel in t second, that is equals to s. So from second number equation we can write s equals to v0t plus half at square. It is nothing but ut plus half at square. So both this equation 3 and equation 4, both are the second equation of motion. But what is the difference between them? The equation 3 represent the position time relation, and equation 4 gives us the distance time relation. This is a position time, this is a distance time relation. Clear? Is it clear? That's second number equation. I think you have no doubt. If you have any doubt, please write in the comment box. Again, I will. Surely I will solve your doubt. Okay, let's proceed to the third equation of motion. Third equation of motion, what is third equation? V square equals to u square plus 2 into a into s, or in this condition, s is the displacement or distance in travel in t second, x minus x0, that one. So, we know this first equation of v equals to v0 plus at. Now we simplify it, v minus v0 equals to at. This is equation number 1. Now, from the definition of average velocity equals to displacement. Displacement means final position minus initial position by time. Okay, so displacement equals to v average into time, and displacement means here already we find out displacement means x minus x0 final position minus initial position. So x minus x0, that is equals to v average. V average means from here the second one definition we get v0 plus v by 2. So here we put this one v0 v plus v0 or v0 plus v by 2 into time t, because in t time. So after solving, we get this equation number 2. Now we multiply equation 1 and equation 2. After multiplying and calculation, we have this equation v square equals to v0 square plus 2a x minus x1. And this difference of a position gives us the distance at time t. So in place of this, we can write s. In place of this, we can write s. So we have v square minus v0 square, that is equals to 2 into a into s, or v square equals to v0 square plus 2as. So this is one equation, this is another one equation. Both are the third equation of motion, but what is the difference? This gives us the velocity position relation, and this gives us the distance, velocity distance relation. Both are the third equation of motion, and both are equal, same meaning, but the way you define it or you write it, this expression, that is different, because here this you write the position. So this is velocity position relation, here velocity distance relation. Clear? Now the fourth equation of motion, fourth equation in distance covered in nth second. Okay, so in this figure we consider a object moves along a positive x direction. Okay, at here t equals to n minus 1, and after some time t equals to here n. Okay, from this expression, and from starting at when t equals to t0, from t equals to t0 to t equals to 1 and n minus 1, that distance, that is denoted by s n minus 1. That is denoted by s n minus 1. Clear? So what we considered here, in this figure, the distance travel in nth second can be obtained by subtracting the distance travel in first n minus 1 second from the distance travel in first n second. That means if we subtract this minus this, then we get this distance. We need this distance. That means this minus nth second the distance, n minus 1 second distance. If we subtract these two, then we get at nth second how much distance it will cover. So normally we can write the distance covered in t second from second equation of motion, that st equals to v0t plus half at square, ut plus half at square. In place of u, we write v0. Now, first we find out this one at t equals to n minus 1. That means in place of t, we write n minus 1. And another one, in place of t, we write n. So, distance travel in first n minus 1 second, s n minus 1, that is equals to v0 in place of t, n minus 1 plus half a n minus 1 square. Now, in n second, at t equals to n second, s n equals to v0 n plus half a n square. Now, if we subtract this equation from this, because this is larger value, this minus this, then we get this. So, Sn minus Sn minus 1, that is equals to Snth. So, Snth equals to Sn minus Sn minus 1. And after that, if we put this values here, Sn and Sn minus 1, and after solving this one, after solving means this is a normal, here just a minus b whole square formula you break out. then you solve this one. You have v0 plus an minus a by 2. A by 2 take common, so 2n minus 1. S nth equals to v0 minus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. This is the relation. From this relation we say that this gives us the distance covered in nth second by an object. This is the fourth equation of motion. So normally also not only the graphical method or the calculus method, but normally we can also, using the kinematic idea, we can easily find out or easily prove this equation of motions. Understood? Okay, let's now discuss some examples of related to this equation of motion, some numericals. Okay. So first numerical, you see this is a very interesting numerical. Many information is there. A motor car starts from rest and accelerates uniformly for 10 seconds to a velocity of 20 meter per second. This is the first case. Okay. If then runs at a constant speed, second case, and is finally brought to rest in 40 meter with a constant acceleration. This is a third case. First information, second information, third information. So three cases are there, three steps are there, and the total distance is given, that is 640 meter that covered by an object or motor car. Find the value of acceleration, retardation, and total time. Total time is case 1 plus case 2 plus case 3. So let's start. How we find out? First we find out for using the first information, and first information is it starts from rest. That means it has no initial velocity, u equals to 0, and uniformly for 10 seconds. That means t1, if for first case t1, that is equals to 10 seconds with to a velocity of 20 meter per second. That means final velocity is 20 meter per second. u0, t1 10 second, v 20. Which formula we used? First equation of motion to find out the acceleration, v equals to u plus a t1. So after putting these values, we have a equals to 2 meter per second square. This is the acceleration, that is 2 meter per second square. And we also consider, because there are three cases are there, three parts are there. So in three parts, for first part it will travel the distance s1, in second part s2, and third part s3. s1 plus s2 plus s3, this is a total distance that is given 640 meter. Okay, so from first case, for using the first information, we find out the acceleration. So first one is completed, acceleration. Now we find out s1. Okay, so s1 means second, using the second equation of motion, ut plus half a t square, because here we mention t as a t1, so s1 equals to ut1 plus half a t1 square. U equals to 0 and put the value a equals to 2. So after solving, s1 equals to 100 meter. So this is all about the first information, that means first case. Acceleration we find out and s1 also find out. Now the second information, if then runs with a constant speed. Speed means its velocity is same. Speed is constant. Okay, so in second case, you see that s1 equals to 100 meter, we've already find out, and from third information it finally brought to rest in 40 meter. s3 is given, that is 40 meter, and we know that s1 plus s2 plus s3 equals to 640. So using this equation and after putting the value of s1 and s3, we easily find out s2 equals to 500 meter. So in this 500 meter, it covered with a constant speed. Constant speed means in first case it has a speed or velocity that is 20 meter per second. So in second case also, whatever the distance is covered with this velocity. So this 500 meter it covers with a constant speed that is 20 meter per second. And because we find out the time, so to time in this second case t2 equals to, how we find out t2? Because we know that speed equals to distance by time, so time equals to distance by velocity. So distance by velocity, that is 20. So 500 divided by 20, that is equals to 25 seconds. Okay, that is equals to 25 seconds. Now third case, hand is finally brought to rest in 40 meter. Brought to rest, that means final velocity is 0. S3 equals to 40 meter and with a constant acceleration. Okay. Now, in this third case, what we have, S3 equals to 40 meter, V equals to 0 and U equals to 20 meter per second, because speed is same. Here no mention is there. Constant acceleration. Constant acceleration means speed is constant. Okay. So, in third equation of motion, constant acceleration is changing because here only velocity 20 meter per second. After that it will travel in constant speed, and here no mention is there that the speed is changed. So we can say that in third case also it will move with the same speed, that is 20 meter per second. That means in third case it is a initial velocity. It's because after constant speed, that means with this 20 meter per second it will after that cover the 40 meter. Its velocity is 0, final velocity is 0, v equals to 0 because it comes to rest. So we can say that u equals to 20 meter per second. In third case, this is the initial velocity, final velocity is 0 and s3 equals to 40 meter. So which formula we use? Third equation, because v, u and s, from where we get third equation of motion, and from third equation of motion a equals to v get after putting all values minus 5. So when the acceleration values come in negative, that means this is a retardation, because it is mentioned over there. You see that finally brought to rest. That means the velocity changes with time but it decreases. When the velocity changes with time, it's negative. It means it is a retardation. So when the value of a comes in negative, that means it is a retardation. So retardation, so second number also we find out. Acceleration from first we already find out 2 meter per second square, retardation 5 meter per second square. So in this case, when you write down the answer, if you write retardation of the motor car, then only 5 meter per second square. Don't use the negative sign, because retardation means the negative. And if you write the acceleration with minus 5, then you can you did not write the retardation. So either you write the retardation or you write minus 5. If you mention retardation, don't use the negative sign, because retardation means it will decrease. Understand? So in third case, time, how you find out the time? T3, v minus u by a, using the first equation of motion, that is 20 by 5, 4 seconds. So we have T1 equals to 10 seconds, T2 equals to 25 seconds and T3 equals to 4 seconds. So total time T1 plus T2 plus T3, that is 39 seconds. So here at last we already write down the answers. The value of acceleration, value of retardation, here we not mention the negative sign, only 5 meter per second square, and total time is taken is 39 seconds. Did you understand? Okay. Next one. Next one is related to that kinematics. Just on a few times ago, we proved the second equation in terms of position. Okay. That one we used here. See, what is very interesting, this one. An object is moving along a positive x-axis with a uniform acceleration of 4 meter per second square. At time t equals to 0, x equals to 5 meter and v equals to 3 meter per second. So what information is given? At time t equals to 0, that means initially x equals to 5 meter, that means x0, that is a initial position, 5 meter. v0, at time t equals to 0, v0, that is the initial velocity, v0 equals to 3 meter per second, and it's moving with a uniform acceleration, a0 equals to 4 meter per second. So these all are the initial position, initial velocity, and uniform acceleration also. Okay, what we find out? What will be the velocity and position of the object at time t equals to 2 seconds? At t equals to 2 seconds, this is at t equals to t 0 second. After t 2 second, what will be its velocity? That means v, final velocity, and position we find out x. Let's see how we find out. So velocity at time t equals to 2 seconds, we use the first equation v equals to u plus at. That means in here we write v0 plus a0 into t, and v0 and a0's value we know, and t equals to 2 seconds we also know. So v at t equals to 2 seconds, that's why we mention here vt, that is equals to 11 meter per second. So velocity at time t equals to 2 seconds, that is 11 meter per second. Now another one, we find out the position. Position at time t equals to 2 seconds, that is x equals to x0 plus x. You remember that second equation of motion, x0 plus v0 t plus half at square. In that case we can write s. So x equals to x0 plus x, s. Okay, so and s equals to ut plus half at square. You in place of ut you put v0 into t, half a0 t square. Here you can write a0 t square. Now putting the values, we have the s equals to 14 meter, and x0 is the initial position, that is 5 meter. So 14 plus 5, that is 19 meter. This is the final position, or the position after time at time t equals to 2 seconds. Position at time t equals to 2 seconds is 19 meter. Clear? Understood? That equation we use, that x equals to x0 plus v0 t plus half a0 t square. Here because here we denoted by a0, that's why we write a0, because it is a uniform acceleration, so acceleration value is same in all cases. If you want to write a only, then also you can write a, otherwise you can write a0. It's okay, no problem is there. And this one is a s. So first we find out the value of s. Then we put it here, and we know the value of x0. Then add this to value, we get the x. Value of x is a position at time t equals to 2 seconds, that is 19 meter. Okay. Now the second part, what is the second part? What will be the position of the object when it has a velocity of 5 meter per second? Okay. So when its velocity, its initial velocity is 3 meter per second. Okay. Now, but second part, when its velocity is 5 meter per second, what will be its position? Let's see. So to find out this one, we use the third equation of motion. Here v equals to 5 meter per second. U, that means v0, that is equals to 3 meter per second. A0, because we already mentioned here a0, that's why in all cases we mention a0. 4 meter per second square, a0. x0 equals to 5 meter per second, 5 meter initial position. What we find out? x1, position when the velocity is 5 meter per second. We find out the x1. So v square minus u square, that is equal to 2as. V square, u square means v0 square. 2a and s means the difference between the position, final position, x1 minus x0. Okay. So v square, that is 5 initial velocity, 3, 2 into a, x1 we don't know, x0 we know, 5, x1 minus 5. So after solving this one, we have x1 equals to 7 meter. So the position of the object is 7 meter. So in second part, when the final velocity is 5 meter per second, what will be its position? So we use third equation of motion and we put the values here. We get x1 equals to, x1 represent the position of the object when its velocity is 5 meter per second, and it's coming 7 meter. Okay. Now next another one. A body starting from rest, that means u equals to 0, accelerate uniformly at the rate of 10 centimeter per second square. Okay, we converted it into meter per second square. Then v equals to 72 meter per kilometer per hour. Okay. and returns uniformly at the rate of 20 centimeter per second square. Find the least time in which it can complete the journey of 5 kilometer. Total journey is mentioned if the maximum velocity attained by the body is 72 kilometer per hour. So v equals 72 kilometer per hour converted to meter per second. So using the first equation of motion, v equals to u plus 8t1. Now here we put the values because u equals to 0. We find out the t1 equals to 200 second. V is given that is 20 meter per second. A is 0.1 meter per second squared. U is 0. So we have, after putting the value, we have t1 equals to 200 second. Now from third equation of motion, v square minus u square equals to 2as. V value we know, u is 0, 2 into a into s1. We find out s1. This is the first case. First case, that means a body is starting from rest, accelerate uniformly at the rate of 10 centimeter per second square. Up to this is the first case. And from first case, first we find out the time t. What will be the time and how much distance it will cover. So time already we find out, that is 200 second. And using the third equation of motion, we find out the distance it covered in this time. Now second one, motion with uniform retardation here, and returns uniformly at the rate of 20 centimeter per second square. Okay, so in the second case, a equals to minus 20 centimeter per second square converted to meter per second square, because it will be retardation. That's why we use the minus sign. U equals to 20 meter per second and v equals to 0. Okay, so using the first equation of motion, v equals to u plus 8t2 for second case. That's why we mention here t2. After putting the values, t2 equals to 100 second. Now why we write here u equals to 20 meter per second? Because when it returns, it has that final velocity. This velocity in second case, it is the initial velocity. Okay, when will it will be returns, the final velocity will be 0. That's why we write here v equals to 0. Clear? So t2 equals to 100 second. Now what we find out? The distance h2, how much distance it will cover, using the third equation of motion. After putting the values v0, u20, a, we find out s2 equals to 1 kilometer, s1 equals to 2 kilometer, and s2 equals to 1 kilometer. And total distance is given, that is 5 kilometers. So what is the s3? s3 equals to 5 minus 2 plus 1, that means 2 kilometer. s3 equals to remaining distance, s3 equals to 2 kilometer. Okay, so the last case, third case is find the least time in which it completes a journey of 5 kilometer if the maximum velocity attained by the body. So this distance, this s3 distance, it will cover with a uniform maximum velocity, that is 20 meter per second. That means u equals to this one, s equals to, we get already 2 kilometer, that means 2000 meter. We find out t3 from the definition. S equals to u by t, u equals to s by t. That's why t3 equals to s by u. Putting the values, we get t3. So total time, t1 plus t2 plus t3, 200 plus 100 plus 100, 400 seconds. This least time it take, find the least time, that is 400 seconds it will take to complete the journey of 5 kilometer. Understand? And here I also write some assignments, more problems. Try to in your home. Okay, if you have any problem in this assignments and this problem, please mention in a comment box. I will solve and upload that videos also. So just you pause the video and write down each assignment, and I also mention the answers also. Whatever will be the answer, I will mention. So you pause the video and write down each problems. Here I will write 6 problems and try to solve in your home. If you have any kind of problem, then please mention in a comment box, and Surely I will solve that problems. Okay. Bye bye. Have a nice day.